Countywide property reassessments could be coming for Allegheny County residents, and that may mean higher tax bills. Charlie Wolfson, a local government reporter at Public Source, is here to break down the possible changes coming for homeowners and the impact. And of course, Charlie, this comes on the heels of a lawsuit that really effectively, for some homeowners, some new, some existing, we're going to get a tax break based on appeals. So it's kind of like, well, are we catching a break or are we not? So talk to us a little bit about this recent lawsuit that just happened and how that has affected property owners.
That's right. I didn't bring any chickens today, so we'll have to try to make it interesting anyway.
Well, I think a lot of people are interested because, you know, it was called the newcomer tax.
Yes.
And I was one of those people, like many others, who got hit with it when you first buy your house in Allegheny County. And it's a shock to a lot of people.
Yeah, so the basis of the lawsuit is that the county was found to be miscalculating how much property had gone up in value by, which resulted in some people paying more taxes than they should have. After the lawsuit last year and this year until March 31st, people have the opportunity to appeal, and some of those people could get a reduction in their tax bill.
Yeah. You know, Andy Sheehan just did a report for KDKA, and I know one of the bigger issues is we're seeing, you know, a lot of these big heavy hitters downtown who, you know, are effectively getting their assessments lowered to a much lesser value. Taxes are dropping, and we know that when that money dwindles, the county is going to start struggling.
Yes, and it's not just the county. The city school district, and districts around the county are expected to lose probably millions of dollars from this. These high-rise owners downtown are appealing. They're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars off each. Not only them, but out in the suburbs, big box stores, and U.S. Steel facilities are appealing as well. So it's really going to affect local governments and school districts all over the place. So
let's talk about what's being discussed right now, because we have a new county executive in office, and Sarah Innamorato has already said, we may need to look at doing a countywide reassessment.
Yeah, so a countywide reassessment in the rest of the country outside of Pennsylvania is a very normal thing. That's what usually happens. Pennsylvania is pretty unique in that counties don't have to do it. The last county executive, Rich Fitzgerald, didn't want to do it. It hasn't happened here since 2013. And a lot of people say that's caused some imbalances. Some people paying too much, some people paying too little. Innamorato campaign last year said she thinks it's a good idea, but she wants to build in some protections for people like seniors and low-income people so they don't get really hurt by increased tax bills. But that could be something that's coming sometime in the next couple of years.
There's so much that goes into all of this, because we know that there's millage rates set by school districts, and they're looking at your assessment as well and what they're factoring in. We know that this goes to the county, and like you said, so many other places too, the city as well. So what happens next? Where is the fair balance in all of this?
So what happens next is a little bit hard to say because it's up to our elected leaders, but the city and the school district, it looks like they are going to have budgetary issues. They're going to be. The city was already projected to have a really tight budget the next couple of years. This is only going to make that a lot more difficult. I can't predict the future, but if nothing changes, we could be seeing millage increases in suburbs and in the city.
Well, because I wondered that too, and we already have some school districts who are already, at 26, 27 millage rate points. So should people appeal their assessment? Should homeowners do it?
Yeah, so that's going to depend on the case-by-case basis. And just to preface this is not legal advice. I'm not a lawyer.
Sure.
But generally, if your assessed value is around what you think the home would go for on the market, that could be a time you do want to appeal, because you could get an assessed value below what it's worth on the market. But if you don't want to take my word for it, the county controller's website has a handy calculator where you can enter your information, and it'll give you a pretty good estimate of what would happen.
Of what would happen in that situation.
Yeah.
And what else did you find that was surprising in your reporting on this?
It really affects different communities in different ways. We have 130 municipalities here in Allegheny County, and some of them are so small that one like Lowe's home improvement store, their appeal is going to really give that community a problem and potentially a big tax increase for residents. So it's it's everywhere.
It really depends, like you said, neighborhood by neighborhood, county, throughout the county. Thank you so much for coming on. I mean, it really is a wait and see situation, what we see next in the county. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're interested in checking out Charlie's article on property tax reassessments, we'll have a link on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh. I know a lot of people are interested in what happens next. Coming up next on the show, it's a common practice in the classroom, despite being at the center of a decades-old debate. We're looking into how rewards play a role in your child's behavior and motivation to learn.